In a season that had so many favorites coming back like Spy Family and Bleach, along with the most anticipated anime of all time, Chainsaw Man, making its debut, how did an anime that at first glance seems like a K-On! Ripoff steal the gaze of the public and make a lasting impact on the anime community? The answer to that question is subverting expectations and relatability. Bocchi the Rock is a 4-panel manga series written by Aki Hamaji that started serialization in 2017. The series follows our main character Bocchi, whose real name is Hitori Goto, through her trials and tribulations in becoming the rocker that she wants to be. To achieve that though, she needed to form a band, and luckily for her, a band found her, Kesuku Band to be exact. And along with her new bandmates Nijika Ejichi, Ryo Yamada, and Iki Okita, they embark on their journey to world domination. Just kidding, it's never that serious. They embark on their journey into improving themselves as a band, while also becoming closer and closer as friends. BTR has a very cute and interesting premise, which is why even as a manga, it ranked 8th on the Next Manga Awards of 2018, an annual award show presented by Kadokawa's Da Vinci magazine and Nico Nico Streaming. Although, I'm sure that none of its manga readers from back in the day can even imagine the popularity it has right now. The anime was released in fall 2023, probably the greatest anime season in recent history, and it still rose above the pack and infiltrated the hearts of so many in the anime community. Not only is it the highest rated non-sequel anime last season, but it's also trending in social media, and people are begging for season 2. But why though? If you were just a bystander looking from the outside, you would probably wonder why. BTR just seems like another mid K-On! Ripoff, another cute girls doing cute things slice of life that has no originality and creativity, like the others that came before it. But that's where you're wrong, because Bocchi the Rock is actually pretty creative. It's actually different, and I'm sure that it's actually worth your time. K-On's Hokago Tea Time was more of a club than a band. Now lower down your pitchforks, but Yui, Mio, Ritsu, Mugi, and Azusa's main focus were always having fun, rather than music. Music was actually kinda more of a subplot in K-On! Unlike in Bocchi, where it's the main focus, along with some other thing that we're gonna talk about later. As a music anime, Bocchi is also unique, since most music anime are romance and drama-centric, unlike Bocchi. Even though some fans do still see Bocchi the Rock as a romance. Kinda. Bocchi the Rock is still a cute girls doing cute things anime, but more layered, like an onion, I guess.
You know, not everybody like onions.
The adaptation of Bocchi was super creative. The way they depicted some moments of the show made it so funny and entertaining, while also keeping the relatability that it has. The show also spawned a lot of meme-worthy moments too, like this.
明日のライブが今から想像できる
The uncanny adaptation of BTR complements its story and humor so well. It gives it something that differentiates it from other cute girls doing cute things anime, and elevates it from the rest of its peers in its genre. For me though, I think BTR was able to do this because of the other main focus that the anime has, and that's Hitori Goto's relatability. You've probably heard a random guy from your favorite social media app utter this phrase. A lot of people on the internet just relate to Bocchi. In today's day and age, some people would prefer to sit in front of a computer screen, rather than to sit in front of a coffee table while meeting new people. Especially right now in a post-pandemic world. For 1 to 2 years we were locked up inside of our homes. Now we're expected to go out and be free, and try to resume our normal roles in society. That's just hard. This pink-haired glob came to our computer screens just at the right moment. She's an overthinker, she has low self-esteem, her mental state is not in the best place, and a lot of people nowadays just relate to Bocchi's struggles. But the most beautiful part of her character is how she deals with those struggles. Personally, I get anxious because of social situations as well. When I experience stuff like that, it feels suffocating. You just want to go home and escape from it all. But Bocchi perseveres. Sometimes she can turn into a glob and even glitch out of the universe, but she still keeps fighting. She knows she has these issues, but she also knows what she wants. And what she wants is to accomplish her dream. I'm also a musician. Actually, I think maybe a frustrated musician is a better indication of what I am. But yeah, I also love music. I really love performing too. But just like Bocchi, I get a little stage fright sometimes. When you're on that stage, it's hard to overthink. You imagine that the whole audience is your enemy. You think and think and think about things that are most probably nowhere near the truth. You lose sight of what you really want to do. You're better off closing your eyes. This for me was one of the most beautiful moments in the anime. This scene just touched my soul, man. It's hard to think straight when you're in front of people, which is why the best solution is to open your eyes so that you can see the actual truth. Stop overthinking, just do you. And this crowd was really pleased with Bocchi just doing what Bocchi does, and that's being a guitar hero. I know that there's this gag in the end of the performance where it's revealed that Bocchi just had one eye opened, but for me that made this scene even more beautiful, even more realistic. This scene was signifying Bocchi starting to break out of her cocoon, but not yet entirely. It's a process to change, and it takes an extremely long time to do so. But what's important is your drive to change, the things you are willing to do to improve. And Bocchi isn't the only one in this anime who wants to improve themselves. All 4 of the main cast wants to improve. They want to shine. Another really great part of the show is the relationship the 4 have with each other. Yes, they give the audience a lot of funny moments, but it's more than that. The members of Kesuku Band have not known each other for so long, except for Ryo and Nijika because they already know each other before the show started. Yet they still entrust their dreams to each other. Nijika knows about Bocchi's social anxiety issues. She knows about Kira being a beginner. She knows that Ryo is kinda narcissistic. Well, not kinda. She knows all these flaws, but she still believes in them. She still believes in Kesuko Band, and the same can be said with the other members. Bocchi wants to do her best for the band, Kita is set on improving herself for the band, and Ryo. They are a young, upstart band that has so much to prove, yet they already trust each other so much. For me, that's just beautiful. Even though Kesuko Band is filled with characters that are so different from one another, they still do their best to make it work. Actually, their band has 2 characters who cannot be the farthest apart from each other. One is a shining extrovert, and one is a gloomy social outcast who has an instrument as their imaginary friend. Those 2 people and the bond they have is my favorite part of Bocchi the Rock. At first, Ikeo Kita's motivation for joining the band was to get closer to Ryo. She had a little crush on her, and to get noticed by her crush, she wanted to become Ryo's bandmate. But ever since she joined the band, the person she got close to the most is Bocchi. Bocchi has never viewed herself worthy of Kita's friendship. Her low self-esteem made her think that Kita was in another level compared to her, like she was this star in the sky that she would never fully grasp. And Bocchi was like this water flea, or something. Bocchi's crazy, man. Funnily though, as Kita got to know Bocchi more and more, she also started to view her as a star shining bright in the sky. Every practice and tutoring session made Kita realize that the girl in front of her was a star shining bright than anything. But this star was hidden from the naked eye. Only her and her bandmates know how awesome Bocchi is. Heck, even Bocchi doesn't know how awesome Bocchi is, which is why Kita made it her goal to improve, so that she can shine along with her awesome friend, so that together they can become constellations, always bright and always together. Bocchi the Rock didn't have bankai, spies, assassins, egoists, or devils, but what it had was a lovable story about a great cast of characters that just wanted to form a band. It was an anime that made thousands of people stand up, go to their TV screens, and say, she's like me for real. But it's also an anime that can inspire you to do better, for your own sake and for the sake of others. It urges you to stop thinking about all those thoughts polluting your brain, and instead, just do you. It tackles heavy topics like social anxiety, but in a way that will still leave you chuckling after every episode. Bocchi the Rock is not the 100th coming of K-On! It's nowhere near that. It's the first coming of Bocchi the Rock. And hopefully, Season 2 comes sooner too.